Hi, and welcome to Live with Connie. Please leave a comment in the chat to let us know that you're here. And we have Crystal with us today.
Hi, everyone.
So what have you been up to, Crystal?
I made a levy, and let's see, I worked on my Turtle Beach blanket. That's by Dana Wonderlust, and that's about it. All the crocheting I've done.
I've gotten the cuff done on my second sock now.
Oh yay!
Hopefully tomorrow or tonight I can get more done on that. But like sometimes Sophie wants attention now. So she interferes some. But she's not as bad as Allie is. Because Sophie will come around for a while and then she'll move on to something else. She's not 24/7. But and then today I napped some. I took like a 2-hour nap, woke up at 5. And I was like, oh, I gotta send those questions to Crystal.
And I just got them like at 6:30. I was like, oh, I gotta write these down real quick.
And I was like, I hope she comes on, a good amount before I go live. Hi, Deneen, how are you doing today? Let us know what you're currently working on. But yeah, I was like, oh, I hope she comes. I hope she comes on early today. And I really meant to send those questions to you earlier.
It's okay.
Going to give it a few more minutes before we really get started. But yeah, Alley Cat's been quiet. Oh yeah, and if for those that are watching on replay, please leave a comment to let me know that you're watching on replay. And also, please feel free to answer any questions that I asked tonight in the live or Crystal asked. And Deneen says she's cleaning and sorting yarn room and on breaks working on a lovey. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I need to sort all my yarn again. It's like certain things just don't ever seem to stay sorted. You organize things, and the next thing you know, it don't take long before it's unorganized again. And Carrie is here. Hi, Carrie. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? And Angela's here. She says hi to everybody and wants to know how we're doing. And she's doing fine from Columbia, Georgia. I am working on a cowl by knitting it. Ooh, nice. I'd love to see your cowl when you get done. But I'm doing good. And how are you doing, Crystal?
I'm good. Hi, Kay and Janet. Welcome in.
Yeah. Hi, Kay. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? And hi, Janet. And same thing. How are you doing? And what are you currently working on? Carrie is working on a virus shawl and memorial bunnies. Ooh, nice. And Carrie has some beautiful rabbits. I don't know if you got to see the pictures that I had in my Crochet Tuesday video of her rabbits.
I hadn't watched it yet. It's in the list to watch. I'll go look at it.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with watching videos.
I feel like I'm a list.
I feel like I'm always behind. And oh, Rebecca's here. Hi, Rebecca. How you doing today? And what are you currently working on? So I guess
Hi,
we'll go
Rebecca.
ahead and, oh, sorry. I guess we'll start by asking the first question. You want to ask the first question, Crystal?
Sure. Chinese food or Italian?
You want to go ahead and answer, Crystal?
Oh, okay. That's kind of a hard one. Chinese food or Italian? I guess I would have to go with Italian.
Yeah, that one is hard. But I think I would go with Chinese. Even though like I really shouldn't eat a lot of Chinese because of the sodium, but I've always loved Chinese food. And there are ways that like I can make low sodium, like stir fries and stuff, because I'll make a soy sauce substitute. But that's my preference. And oh yeah, I forgot to let you tell everyone about your channel or what's going on your channel, Crystal. So if you want to tell
I have
everybody.
Sure. I have a 400 subscriber giveaway going on. So if you haven't entered, please go do so and make sure you're subscribed publicly, please. Um, and I think I hit 417 today, so that's kind of exciting to see. And I see we have new people in the chat. Uh, Deanne, Jean, Brenda, welcome in, and Dana, Triple C.
Okay. Carrie says she's making a bunch of styles. And Kay is working on a hat. And Deanne says hi to everybody. And she's working on some ankle socks. And how are you doing today, Deanne? Glad to have you tonight. And Rebecca is doing well and working on a pot holder. Nice. And Dana says hi to everybody. How you doing tonight, Dana? And what are you currently working on? And let's see. Rebecca says Chinese. Janet says Chinese. Most people are saying Chinese. Brenda says Chinese. And how are you doing tonight, Brenda? And what are you currently working on? Let's see. Jean says Italian. And how are you doing tonight, Jean? And let us know what you're currently working on too. Deanne says Chinese. Carrie says Chinese. I make Italian all the time. Kay says the only Chinese food I eat is shrimp fried rice, so Italian. And Brenda is saying congrats on the growth of your channel, Crystal.
Thank you.
And Darlene is here. Hi, Darlene. How are you doing tonight? And she says, I'm knitting and listening, so I may not type much. So what are you knitting right now, Darlene? And Deanne says, thank you. And Dana says Italian. And Angela says Chinese. Okay, and I'm caught up. And do y'all have any favorites when it comes to Chinese or Italian foods? I know, like, I love General Tso chicken. And with Italian, of course, there's spaghetti, lasagna. How about you, Crystal?
Lasagna or pizza?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about pizza. Yeah, pizza. And Jean is working on a Bago Day vest sweater. Yeah, Bago Day has some beautiful patterns. And Brenda says she's doing okay, trying to decide what old crochet or knitting with she should finish. Decisions, huh? And Darlene says her niece wants a hat for the winter. I'm using Lion Brand Boogie Nights yarn. That's some nice
Ooh.
yarn. Lion Brand has a lot of good yarn. And Kay says pizza. And yes, if you're not already subscribed to me or Crystal's channel, please subscribe to our channel and be sure to like this video here. And Julie says hello. Hi Julie, how are you doing tonight? And what are you currently working on? And Darlene says I love egg drop soup, Chinese and pasta Alfredo Italian. Yeah, some good food. Jaden says pizza isn't Italian, it's American. Yeah, that is true, but pizza is still good.
Yep.
So I'm going to go ahead and ask the next question. Um, do you prefer name brand or discount products? And I find it depends on what it is because certain products you can't skimp on. But if it's a quality discount product, I will choose that to save money. So like I know like cleaning supplies, there's only a couple of Walmart brand cleaning supplies that I'll use sometimes, like their dish soap or like their wipes. But other than that, I believe in name brand cleaning products because like when I had my first apartment, I bought like all of the discount brands, thinking I was saving money, and I got like the knockoff of Pine Sol. And I would always notice after I mopped there was a stench. And I was always like, why does it smell like that? And one day I invested in the name brand, and it smelled so good after, and it cleaned better. You don't use as much. So sometimes it's worth buying name brand. So what about you, Crystal?
Well, since my grandmother coupons a lot, I mean, she gets good deals on things. So I guess I would have to say it just depends. So, but we like a good bargain. So it's kind of a hard one to say.
Yeah, I like a good bargain too, but certain things I feel like you can't skimp on. But I know like Great Value has a lot of good discount products. Like canned goods, I tend to get their discount products, like for food. But for like cleaning supplies, gotta be name brand. I love Lysol. But let's see what everyone says. Julie says I'm working on the American tank top using Lion Brand hipster cotton. Ooh, nice. Janet says name brand. Oh, and for those that don't know about my Facebook group, Nightbot just dropped the link. I'd love to have y'all if y'all not already in my group. And Crystal also has a Facebook group too that y'all might want to check out. But like in my group, you can post knitting, crochet related things, yarn stuff. You can post about your animals. If you're a content creator, you can post things to do with your channel. And then, like I said, Crystal has a Facebook group too. It's the same as her channel name. So if y'all want to check hers out too. Jean says depends. Rebecca says really depends. Yeah, I agree. It really does depend. And Brenda says depends too. Angela says discount. Dana says depends. Darlene says it depends. On clothes, I prefer free or really discount. Food quality over discount. And yeah, like I love getting my clothes from yard sales and thrift stores a lot. I
Yeah.
like to save money. And Deanne says, name a product and I will tell you. Yeah, it does depend on the product. And Michelle says hi. Hi Michelle, how are you tonight? And what are you currently working on? And you want to go ahead and ask the next question, Crystal?
Sure. Would you rather? Okay. This cracked me up.
I have some silly questions in there.
Would you rather have no nose or or no arm? I guess I'd rather have no nose so I could still crochet.
I love that answer. The reason why, I would go with no nose too, because I think you need your arms way more than you need your nose.
Yeah.
Because the nose, I mean, you can do without. Where like your arms, how are you going to carry things or do anything? And Janet says her channel will be up and running soon. Goal is by the end of the month. Oh, congratulations. And let us know when you get it up because I'll I'll include you on oh, my mind's going blank on me. I'll include you on my shout out Thursday video when your channel's ready. So be sure to let me know. And Nightbot is dropping the link for my pink lemonade beanie. So if y'all interested, it is on sale on Ravelry for $2. And do you have any new patterns you've done lately, Crystal?
Not yet. I'm still working on getting certain yardages worked out and all that. So, but pretty soon.
But Crystal has patterns in her Ravelry store too that y'all might want to check out. She has some beautiful shawl patterns. And Michelle says, I'm working on a top. Nice. And Deanne wants to know the name of your channel. I'll let you say it, Crystal.
Okay. Let me write it out for you because it's gonna look exactly like this.
Yeah, her channel's a long one. And like a lot of times I have to sit there and write down Crystal's channel name so I'll say it right. Crystal,
Okay.
the
There's a space. I can't even find my finger. Hold on. There is a space in between Crystal and the rest of it, there are no spaces. The Yarny chicken, the and symbol, crazy cat, space, lady.
yeah, her channel, and I always mix up like the order the words go in.
Yarn
So
chicken cat.
usually I'll say chicken crazy cat lady or cat lady or and Darlene says Crystal's face got so red laughing out loud. Yeah, I do ask some silly questions sometimes in my lives, but I think they're fun.
Yeah.
Rebecca says no nose, and Angela says nose. But yeah, I think the next question I'll be asking is another silly one. Okay. And Darlene says, no, no nose, I need my arms. Jean says she's with Crystal. And Michelle says, I also need my arms. Janet says, thanks, I appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, let us know when you get started, and we'll do what we can to get the word out. And Kay says, no nose, I would be able to still crochet and maybe not have as many allergy problems. Oh, that's a good point, Kay. Yeah, my allergy problems would go away with no nose. I'm all for it. And Dana says, I need my arms. So nobody with arms. Let's see. I think it's my turn to ask the next question. Okay, where am I? Would you prefer to be a chicken or a cow for a day? I told you, silly question. I think I would go with cow because you're not as likely to get eaten as quickly. Cows usually are around longer than a chicken. And then I could go moo. I could be like, moo, moo. How about you, Crystal?
I'm sorry, guys. I would want to be a chicken. Oh, oh my goodness.
Okay, I'll behave myself.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'd rather be a chicken.
I think these are the only two silly questions I have. And Brenda says chicken. Dana says cow. So does Kay. Angela says cow. Jean says chicken. And Trisha is here and wants to know how we're doing. And how are you tonight, Trisha? And what are you currently working on? I am doing good. and Crystal's doing good too.
Yes, I am. Just had a
We're
laughing
cutting up tonight. And Rebecca says a cow. Janet says chickens are really smart and keep your hands off my udder. And Darlene says if I'm close to a Chick-fil-A, a cow. If I'm near Burger King, a chicken. And you want to go ahead and ask the next question, Crystal?
Yeah. Would you rather be 10 minutes late or 20 minutes early all the time? I guess I would rather be 20 minutes early than 10 minutes late.
Yeah, I'd prefer to be early too. And as it is, I'm usually 10 or 15 minutes early anyway. So what's another 5, 10 minutes? And I don't know. I don't like when people are late for things.
Yeah.
Like, like I know when I used to work and you would see people come in late to work, and I never liked that. And like in the military, it was instilled in you, be on time, because you could not get away with being late to something in the military. So I remember one time I lost track of time before school while I was in the military. And I mean, it was only a few minutes. And of course, I got sent to kind of like the principal's office, I guess you would say. I can't remember the actual terminology for it. And I was so scared. But luckily, I just got a warning, like, don't do it again. But, but yeah, I believe in being early. Okay. And here's my Facebook group link for those that didn't hear me mention it earlier. So I'd love if y'all would join my Facebook group. And again, Crystal has a group too. So check hers out too. And Trisha says she's tired, just got home from her trip and still working on that granny stitch blanket. And she loves cows. Oh, I hope you had a good time on your trip, Trisha. And Trisha says early. Rebecca says early. Brenda says early. Janet says 20 minutes early. Jean says early. Kay says early. Dana says 20 minutes early, but I'm always late. And Deanne says, I just subscribed. Thank you for subscribing, Deanne. And I hope you enjoy my videos. And she says, I'll check out a video today. Thank you. 20 minutes early. Take your knitting or crochet and chat with a friend. Oh, exactly. That's a good point. And speaking of videos, just so y'all know, today's the last day to enter my clue giveaway. So if y'all haven't entered yet, get y'all guesses in tonight, because tomorrow y'all get to find out if the game continues or if we finally have a winner. And I'm curious, do y'all think we have a winner yet? What do you think, Crystal?
I have no clue, but the guesses are getting pretty slim. So I would guess you would probably have a winner this week, or next week. You're not going to have more choices to pick from.
Y'all have to wait till tomorrow to find out. Let's see. Darlene says, I'm always early. When people are always late, it shows they don't care about your time. 5 minutes late is the only acceptable lateness. But yeah, I do find it is really good to be on time.
Mm-hmm.
And Darlene says, can you tell I don't like when people are late? Ha ha. Yeah, and I'm the same way with that too. But like I said, it's been really instilled in me, so that's why I feel the way I do. But some people do get busy and they have things going on, so you never really know what someone's going through. So, but let's see. I think it's my turn for the question, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Okay. Which smells better, fresh cut grass or bread baking in the oven? Where I will go with bread baking in the oven. And fresh cut grass tends to trigger my allergies, where I'll start sneezing. How about you, Crystal?
I'm gonna have to go with fresh cut grass, because I love the way it does smell after getting mowed down.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it does smell good, but it tends to trigger allergies with me.
Yeah.
And Dana says bread. Brenda says bread. I have grass allergies too. Darlene says fresh cut grass. Dana says my mom loves fresh cut grass. Rebecca says fresh cut grass. Kind of about, well, I think we have more people saying grass. Kay says both. Angela says bread. Trisha says grass bothers my allergies as well. I like the smell of anything baking. Now I am hungry thinking of it. Yeah, I like making bread. I have a bread machine. Like the focaccia breads, those are fun to make. And Tiffany's here, and she says hi to everyone. How are you doing tonight, Tiffany? And oh, I'm going to make a few announcements that I hadn't mentioned yet in the video before we move on to the next question. Um, if y'all have any pictures of finished objects or like socks is something that I want to see. Socks, knit socks, that too, or your pets. Please email me pictures so I can include your pictures in my videos. And my email address is just another stitch 2020 at gmail.com. And that's scrolling on the screen. You can also find it, my email, in all of my videos. It's in the description box. But yeah, send me pictures of finished projects, socks, and pets. Y'all can tell I like pictures, huh? And Tiffany says she's well and asking how I'm doing. I'm doing good. And Carrie says she has a swallowing disorder and she can't eat bread anymore. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Carrie. You want to go ahead and ask the next question, Crystal?
Favorite TV app, or what is your favorite TV app? I guess that's kind of a hard one for me, but I don't have a smart TV, so I couldn't tell you. But my mom, she had a smart TV, or she does have a smart TV, and I never mess with it, but I know she knows more about it than I do, so I don't really have an answer for that one, really.
I love my smart TV. We got ours a couple of years ago, and and there's so many free apps that you can get too. But like, of course I like Netflix and Hulu. Um, then like Peacock is one that I've watched a good amount on that's free. Roku has free content. And I have subscribed to like Lifetime's one sometimes. Um, but there's like free app, like all sorts of them. And sometimes, like if something's playing that I want to watch on a free app, then I'll download that app so I can watch that show. Let's see. Trisha says she don't have a TV. Kay says Netflix, Hulu. Rebecca says I don't really watch much TV. Angela says I don't watch TV. A lot of people don't watch TV that much. But I like to watch TV when I crochet and knit. But
I do too, but I find that I'll pay attention to one more than the other. So,
and okay, so next week I want to let y'all know I'll be going live on Crystal's channel Tuesday at 12 noon. Go check us out there. And Crystal goes live every Tuesday at 12 noon. And what's your new time slot, Crystal?
on May 21st, I will go live at 6:30 Central Standard Time, PM, not AM. I'll still be sleeping.
And speaking of live time slots, I have a video up asking what time slot out of my lives work best for doing a live bingo, which once we have a winner on the clue giveaway, and I announce that winner, I will be doing a video within. It might be the same day or in the next day or two, announcing details for a live bingo. So go check out the video I did and get your votes in on what day works best for you. Right now, it's leaning like right now, everyone's like the majority is going with Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So unless like something changes in the next few days, it'll probably be Wednesday at 7. And Darlene says she likes Tubi. It's free. Yeah, that is a good one. They have really good movies, and they have Starsky and Hutch. I'm having trouble saying that. Terry says I'm always on YouTube. And how can we forget YouTube? And Janet says I have a dumb TV. I watch apps on my phone. But like if there's some good TV apps that you get on your phone, let us know about those. Which ones are your favorite there. But yeah. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm also looking for content creators to start going live with me. I figure I'll get a different content creator like every other week. So if you're interested in coming live with me, let me know and we can cut up. And Marshally is here. She says, sorry I'm late, was having dinner. That's all good, Marshally. You're here now. So how are you doing tonight? And what are you currently working on?
Hi, Marshally.
Let's see. I think it's your turn for a question, Crystal.
Nope, I asked the favorite TV app.
Oh, yeah, that is true. I'm getting forgetful tonight.
It's okay. I think you might be still tired.
Yeah, I was napping not that long ago. I didn't wake up till 5. I like my naps. Okay, the next question is, would you rather know the history of every object you've touched or be able to talk to animals? And when I say talk to animals, I mean like where they talk back to you, not just you talking to them, because you can do that now, but like having an actual conversation with an animal. And that one's easy. I would prefer to have a conversation with an animal. I'd love to know what goes through my little Allie's head. Like, she would be an interesting one to talk to. I mean, Sophie would be too, don't get me wrong. But Allie's just something else, her. How about you, Crystal?
I would have to say the same thing. I would love to know what's going on in my two cats' heads. So I would have to be able to talk to the cats or talk to any animals, really.
Yeah, any animal would be awesome.
I'd like to talk to a little hummingbird that we have out in the front yard. There's what is it called? A mimosa tree. And they love that. And there was like 5 or 6 just around it today. And I was like, I wonder what they think all the time.
Or Sophie when she's watching the animals outside.
Yeah.
She loves watching what goes on outside. Like the birds flying. And well, I haven't noticed the squirrels much lately, but usually this is around the time the squirrels start coming out. And then of course there's all the stray cats. And they're still hanging around. And Kay says, have a conversation with animals. Jean says, talk to animals. Darlene says, touching something and knowing the history. Janet says, I'd love to talk to animals. And Marshally says, I'm working on a cardigan trying to design a cross-stitch cardigan. Ooh, that sounds beautiful. My favorite app, I love YouTube and Netflix. Rebecca says, I would love for my dog to talk. Sometimes I think he has a lot to say. Yeah, Sophie's one I think would have a lot to say. Because as it is, she likes to like meow, especially when she wants like attention. And Angela says animals. Carrie says, hard to say. I'm perceptive to my bunnies and they are pretty expensive. And Trisha wanted to know the question. Would you rather know the history of every object you touch or be able to talk to animals? When I say talk to animals, I mean like where they talk back. And Marshall says hi to you, Crystal. And she says that would be too creepy talking to your pets. That would be like Dr. Doolittle.
Well, kind of, yeah. I guess it would be creepy.
But once they started talking, go ahead.
No, it's okay. Go ahead. It's fine.
I'm like, once they started talking, we'd probably be like, oh, I wish they would stop talking.
Yeah. I already talked to my cats anyway, so.
Yeah, it was so cute. Yesterday morning, Frank was talking to Sophie like a kid. It was so cute. Tiffany says, talk to animals. And Trisha says, I would like to hear what the birds are saying to each other. Yeah, like I said, I'd love to know what animals say to each other. And Brenda says, my parakeet talks a little and will say hi and or come here if he wants a treat. I would be dangerous if I had a parakeet and could really get it talking. Like if I had a parakeet, it would be saying all sorts of things. But let's see, what else have oh yeah, I forgot to say, if you have if you're a content creator and you want a shout out on my shout out Thursday video, let me know so I can write that down. Because I'll be doing that video tomorrow. So if you want a shout out on my video, let me know. Brenda says he also says the word chirp. Trisha didn't know parakeets could talk. That is amazing. Yeah, they can talk. And like some can like really talk. And Marshall says, can you ladies imagine being blind, being in the house with your pet by yourself, and then they start talking to you, laugh out loud? Yeah, that would be something. Yeah. And I'd really love to know like what my cats would say.
Yep.
Okay, I think I made all my announcements that I have on my list. So I think it's your turn to ask the next question, Crystal.
Would you rather give up air conditioning and heating or the internet? I would have to give up the internet. Here in Texas, no to summer without air conditioning. I can't stand it.
And I agree because I couldn't go without AC or heat. Because like when we have hurricanes and just going without like the last one last year, it wasn't even off 24 hours and I was miserable. I mean, I was just lying down because I had no energy to do anything. And we would
Yeah.
go to the car to turn the air conditioner on to try to cool off. And then like I know like with that winter storm we just had, could you imagine being without heat for that whole storm? We would
Mm-mm.
be frozen.
Yeah, because it was like, I think in the 20s one day. And what happened was our power was out for like 6 hours, 5 or 6 hours, and it was 60 degrees in here.
And the thing is that like I mean, a lot of us when we were younger, we didn't, before internet, we went without internet, so we could be without internet.
Mhm. Yeah.
Rebecca says internet. Trisha says internet. Darlene says internet. I live in Atlanta. Winter is fine, but summer hot, hot, hot. Yep. And it won't be long before that heat starts. Okay, Angela must be saying internet.
Yeah.
Janet says I need air conditioning and heating. I'd still get internet on my phone. But say you went and get it on your phone, like no device. And Jean says need heat in Wisconsin. Ah, Granny D's here. And she's saying hello to everyone. How you doing tonight, Granny D? And what are you currently working on? Kay says internet. And Marshall says, I would say the internet because I live in Georgia and I'm also from Jamaica, and both places get really hot. And oh, yeah, content creators, let me know if y'all want to go live with me one day next week. I'm looking for someone to go live with me. It could either be my Monday, Wednesday, or Saturday time slot. So let me know, guys. Okay. And we're all caught up, so it's my turn to ask the question. What song would be your theme song? I would go with Fight Song by Rachel Platten, I think is her name. I love that song because it's so motivating. And how about you, Crystal?
I don't really know. Give me a second to think on that one.
Okay, I'll read the comments. Granny D says she's doing great, working on a moss stitch wrap with some lovely teal Noro yarn. Ooh, that sounds beautiful, Granny D. And for those that I have my pink lemonade beanie pattern for sale on Ravelry. It's $2. So go check out my pattern. You come up with anything, Crystal?
No, but if I had to pick something, um, I guess "We're Not Alone" or "So Cold" by Breaking Benjamin. They're my favorite group, so something by them. Hi, Granny D.
Or I'm trying to think of something funny. I can't think of anything else. But I love that song, Fight Song. But let's see. What would be a good one? Now there is one. Oh, what was? I'm trying to think of the name. And it's kind of in the back of my head, but I can't think of what it's called, and I can't think of who sings it. But it's kind of like a happy-go-lucky beat.
Hmm.
Janet says my theme song would be "Pure Imagination" from Willy Wonka.
That is a good song.
But this song, I'm like, what is this song? I'm gonna have to try to figure this out. And oh, y'all should be glad like we can't play that much music on our channels because if I'd be allowed to play whatever I wanted, I would have all sorts of music in my videos. But it's pretty much just stuff from YouTube library that we're allowed to play. Rebecca says that is a tough question. And Kay says Wrong Side of Heaven by Five Finger Death Punch. Frank's laughing in the
Sounds like something my
background.
brother would listen to.
Huh?
I said that sounds like someone my brother listens to.
I think Frank's talking to one of the kiddies. It's probably Sophie. And Angela says, I don't listen to any songs. But I'm trying to think the name of that song. And it's driving me crazy. But let's see. So go ahead and ask the next question, Crystal. And I know what you're going to answer. I already know.
You know me too well.
And I'm sure you know
Would
what
you
I'm going to say.
Yep. Would you rather watch Lifetime, Hallmark, or horror movies? Horror movies for me, of course.
And me, it would be Lifetime movies. I mean, I would still pick Hallmark over horror, but like Hallmark gets more like they're too predictable, and
Yeah.
Lifetime changes up the plot. And like some of Lifetime's movies are based on true stories, but they're loosely based. They're very biased. I used to think that their movies were like more based on the true events and things. But like the more you look, like you watch stuff to do with true crime, you learn that they make their own conclusions and just kind of go with that theory. But yeah, love me some Lifetime. Darlene says Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi. Oh, and I love me some Bon Jovi.
Yeah, he's good.
And she said, Darlene says Lifetime. Rebecca says Hallmark. Kay likes the horror movies too. Crystal.
Do you like Saw?
Trisha says I don't watch any of those three. What type of movies do you like, Trisha? And Janet says Lifetime or Hallmark. I don't like horror movies. Yeah, I don't know. Like I watch some horror, but it it just depends. Kay says actually I haven't seen any of the Saw movies.
You need to. If you like scary movies, go watch all the Saw movies.
See, and I found
Don't let
Saw was graphic.
it is. It is. That's why I was gonna say don't let your kids anywhere where you're watching. Watch it when they're sleeping or something.
And Angela says Lifetime. If I watch TV, there's an echo on your live chat. I'm sorry about that. I I don't know why that happens sometimes. If I knew how to fix it, I would. Do you find I'm echoing, Crystal?
I can hear it a little bit, like when I talk. It's like the feedback from me talking to you. And I think how we could fix that is we have little earbuds going into whatever we're talking into. But I
And
don't think that would help.
I'm sorry. I had
With
seen where they like StreamYard does recommend that. I may have to try that and see if that
I
makes a difference.
with our webcams with the built-in microphone, I don't know if that would affect it or not. That's the thing.
I could probably do like sampling it, like when it's just me and you, and see how that works. And Trisha says, I watch a lot of history and documentaries. And Darlene says that she enjoyed Trisha's travel videos so much. And Julie says, I am not a fan of horror movies, don't like them. And Granny D says, I had to look up the song Corley Simon's Coming Around Again just because it's a gorgeous song. I'm behind. It's okay, Granny D. Oh, and there's one song by Corley Simon that I like. I'm trying to think of what it's called. I know there's You're So Vain, there's that one, but there's another one that's a real popular song. Why is it I never can think of what I want what I want when I want to say it?
Because you're on the spot.
Exactly. And Marshley says, I'll take Hallmark and a Lifetime any day. You could keep the horror movie. But there's another one. And it played in that movie, Little Black Book that had oh what's that? It had not Ashton Kutcher. The one that dated Ashton Kutcher. The one that passed away real young. Brittany Murphy, that's it. But that Corley Simon song played in that movie. And that's a good movie if y'all haven't watched it. See, my brain worked. Trisha says, or the Food Network. Funny for someone who does not like to cook, but it does give me ideas. And Granny D says, I do love supernatural horror, but not slasher stuff. And let's see. Lorelai is here. She says she just got here just in time to say howdy. Hey, Lorelai, how are you doing tonight? And what are you currently working on? And Granny D says, I love so many of Corley's songs. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to look up which song it is I'm thinking of. I can't think of it. And hopefully I can think of that other song too. But that one's gonna be harder because I can't even think of who sang it. It may have been like Usher. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna move on to I think it's my turn. So the next question is, would you prefer to have a personal maid or a personal chef? I would go with the maid because like a maid would do jobs that are icky and like stuff you don't want to do. And like when it comes to cooking, I like to cook, so to me, I would want the maid. How about you, Crystal?
I guess I would want the chef.
So we're opposites on this too. Let's see. Lorelai says, I've only watched one horror movie in my life, The House on Haunted Hill. Scared me so bad, I've never watched another. Hmm. Now that one
I
sounds like it
like
might
that
be.
one.
I might have to look into that one. I don't know if I ever watched it or not. But that sounds like something that might be up my alley some.
It's not too bad. To me, it wasn't too scary, but the part where the doctor had went and got in the machine, and it was that spinning machine where it kind of put images like, and the boy bouncing the ball and all that kind of was creepy.
Julie says, I like homestead shows like Alaska, Last Frontier, Homestead Rescue, and Mountain Men. Lorelai says, the chef, I like to clean, I hate to cook. Kay says, a person that does both cooks and cleans. Trisha says, a chef, since I really don't like cooking. Darlene says, chef, I could have custom meals. And then with the way technology is going, one of these days we may have robots that does all this for us. Rebecca says, I agree with Kay. And let's see. Marshall says, do you ladies know that I love Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Twilight, and A True Blood? And let's see. Angela says, cook and my daughter cleans up. Yeah. Can you imagine all the things robots will do in the future for us? Which there's good and bad to it though. So
Yeah.
Okay. So the next question is yours, Crystal.
Okay. Buffy the Vampire Slayer was a good TV show, and I liked the Twilight movies, but I've never watched True Blood. I have watched The Vampire Diaries, and I do watch Legacies, and I've watched the originals. I didn't know if you've seen any of those, Marshall, but those are good too. The next question is, do you prefer mild or spicy food? I guess spicy. I like spicy stuff.
Yeah, I like spicy too. I can't handle spicy as much as I used to, but I still like a kick to my food.
Mm-hmm.
But that's also a Louisiana thing too.
Mm-hmm.
I love the cayenne pepper. And Granny D says she loved True Blood the first season at least. After that, it got a little too far out. Oh, and speaking of spicy food, there was one time that like I don't know, like I couldn't handle spicy stuff at some reason at this time. Where like the hot fries, which are not very hot, I actually found them hot one time, but this was years ago. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. To make me get so sensitive back then, but
Well, supposedly your taste buds change every 7 years.
like now I seem to handle the spice pretty good now. But and they also say the older you get, you can't handle the spice as much too.
Yeah.
Laura Laura liked us when I lived. Lorelai said when my mom lived with me, she cooked and I cleaned, and it was wonderful. Best of both worlds. And Marshall says, I would say May because what a simple fact that I'm blind and I could use all the help I can get. And Marshall says, I like the book better. Okay, I thought I missed something for a second. Granny D says mild. My tummy can't take spicy. Yeah, I think the older you get, you tend not to be able to handle the spice as much. Trisha says, a bit of both. I really like Thai food. Rebecca says mild. Angela says mild foods. Janet says spicy foods tear me up. And Julie says I like flavor, but I cannot take the heat. And that is a misconception that people tend to have about Louisiana, like the Cajun dishes, because a lot of people think that to make something Cajun, you just add like a lot of cayenne or pepper to it, make it spicy. But that's not really true. It's the actual flavors of the dish that makes it Cajun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you do like heat, but up to a point. And Gravy says exactly, Julie. Trisha says, I love Cajun dishes. Yeah, we have some good food here in Louisiana. Crawfish etouffee, crawfish bisque, jambalaya, gumbo, Frank's and beignets. Ooh, and what's that place called in New Orleans that has the beignets, Frank? You can't think of it either. But there's a place in New Orleans real popular for the beignets. And Heather is here. Hi, Heather. How you doing tonight? And she said she's sorry she's late. That's all good. And the way I do my lives, you can really jump in at any time. Okay, and Marshall says, I love me some spicy food. Island girl here wouldn't have it any other way. Lorelai says Cajun prime rib or shrimp was so yummy, but I couldn't handle it. Aw. Oh yeah, we love our seafood. And let's see. Whose turn is it for the next question?
I just asked it, so it's yours.
Okay. Okay. Would you rather spend a week in the forest or a night in a real haunted house? I would go with the haunted house. I would like to experience a ghost, but I don't want it to be like anything evil, preferably a friendly ghost. But and then too, okay, you got it's just one night. Where in the forest it's a week. And you might run into snakes and how about you, Crystal?
Haunted house.
You want to meet the ghost too.
Yeah. As long as they're not going to give me a heart attack, I'd be fine with it.
But like they have the Myrtles plantation that's like a few hours. And one of these days I would love to go there. And Heather says she was fighting a migraine after work, but it seems to have dissipated. So I'm good now. I see we were talking about food. Yeah, I tend to get on the topic of food a lot. But I'm sorry you had a migraine, but glad to hear you're feeling better now. And Julie says forest. Trisha says the forest can be scary. Yeah, you can get lost in the forest. And like that's, it's hard to find somebody in a forest. Lorelai says the forest. I do it all the time in the summer. Rebecca says the haunted house, but only with Casper. Yeah, Casper would be a cool ghost to experience. And Julie says, no ghosties for me. Nope, nope, no way. And Heather says, do I have to be alone, haunted house? I've already spent 2 nights at the Stanley Hotel. If I can have someone with me, I like to be in the forest. Live half my life like that.
That's interesting. You've been to the Stanley Hotel. That's actually what Stephen King based his The Shining book off of.
And there's some other
Did you?
like hotels that are supposed to be haunted.
Oh, I'm pretty sure there's quite a few of them in this country that are.
And Janet says, a beautiful weekend in the forest. I stay in a nice log cabin. What if you didn't have like you're just like basically in the middle of the forest with hardly anything, just basically the necessities to get by. Would that change things? Kate says haunted house. Angela says haunted house. Lorelai says, I'd love to visit the Bailey Hotel, but not sure I would want to spend the night. Yeah, like sleeping there in a haunted like hotel or something, that would be a little scary. Like especially like if you have like evil spirits hanging around. That would be creepy. But hopefully it would be Casper.
Mm-hmm.
And Heather says, I've been watching a lot of Mr. Ballin, who tells stories of the dark, strange, and mysterious. He has a lot of forest horror stories, so I would not go alone and never without a weapon. Yeah, because the forest can be dangerous. So I mean, you just never know. And Dana says forest. And Heather says, oh, yes, I go there all the time. I live nearby.
Wow.
And Angela says haunted house. Frank's been making noise. And Heather says, I've heard camping can be therapeutic as long as I'm able to defend myself, that'd be fine. Yeah, some people like they're used to being like in forest wood, and they would be fine. But like I've never really been out there, so I'll stick with ghosts. And ghosts fascinate me up to a point. Janet says, nope, I love the forest. Marshall says, just had some jerk chicken on the grill this weekend. It was so good. Ooh, that does sound good. And Lorelai says, I'd love to visit Goldfield Hotel in the old ghost town. Ooh, that sounds interesting. And Heather says, honestly, it wasn't that scary. They have a lot of the original fixtures, but they've added TVs and modern stuff to the room, so it's not really that scary. Things that go boo. Heather says the forest can be really peaceful. So I think it's your turn now, Crystal.
I was just reading Trisha's comment.
Oh, did someone say jerk chicken? I am hungry again.
All right, so the next question is, how did you come up with your pet's name? Well, for Oreo, I did not come up with her name. I actually got her from somebody, and she already had that name. But Tom, I did come up with his name, and it took me about a week and a half to figure out his name. And I started out with Little Bit, and he wouldn't respond to that. And then I thought about calling him Jack, and he didn't respond to that. And then I finally found Tom, and he kind of just turned his head and looked at me the very first time I said it. So I kept, so I was like, Hi,
And one thing I
Nadine.
want, oh, it echoed bad. One
Sorry.
thing I want to add to that question: if you don't have pets, how do you come up with your pet's name that you may have previously had? So now I'm going to answer. Allie, before I got Allie, I was like, I'm going to call a cat Allie, like an alley cat. So that's how I came up with her name. It just kind of popped in my head. And with Sophie, I just looked up popular cat names and went through like lists until I found a name that I liked, and I liked Sophie, so I went with Sophie. And even Izzy was the same way when we had Izzy. I looked up names. And Nadine is here. And she says hi. Hi, Nadine. How are you tonight? And what are you currently working on? Hold up, it jumped a little. Okay. Lorelai says my dog is named Rue. I had a hard time deciding between Kanga and Rue. He jumps like a kangaroo. That's funny. And Tricia says my favorite cat was Nora. My mother had wanted to call me Nora, so I told my mom she finally got her Nora. I still miss that baby. She was perfect.
Oh.
Let's see. Heather says Bug was named by the shelter I adopted him from because he bugged the vets to play with him, pushing his toys through the cage boards, and the name stuck because he is such a love bug. Aw. Rebecca says my daughter came up with our dog's name. His name is Murphy. And Janet says my pets have always picked their own. No favorite song. No favorite song was Mr. Bojangles. And Deanna is here. Hi, Deanna. How are you tonight? And what are you currently working on? And Heather says Bernie was originally named Barney, but my ex thought he looked like Bernie Mac, so now he is Bernie. That's cute. And Marshally says, no, thank you. I don't do outdoors. I'll stay inside. And Angela says, both my cat was found down the road. One is Little Man, and the other one is Grayson. Grayson. And Heather says, my hubby says he named Ginger because she is orange, and they got her the same week that the Ginger South Park episode came out. And one thing with Sophie, like after I named her, I started thinking maybe I should have named her Callie since she was Calico. But I'm kind of glad I didn't because my sister-in-law next door, one of her cats is named Callie. So I think Sophie works best. And Janet says my animals pick their names based on their favorite song. That's cute. And Nadine says I'm working on two projects. One yay for yarn driftwood tea, and two creatively created all shelled up poncho. Oh, so you're doing one of Dana's projects. Nice. And Dana has some beautiful not shawl, poncho patterns. And Lorelai says my one dog, the grandkids named it with Lego.
Mhm.
Nadine says my cat was my birthday present, and my birthday is in June, so I named him Gemini. Ah, nice. And Heather says that's so cute. And Deanna says I just got home. The hubs and I did some yard work for my mom. Then I went to my daughter's to babysit. Hubby is going for some Chinese. Ooh, Chinese food. Chinese is my weakness. Um, So I'm going to go ahead and ask the next question. Let's see. Would you rather be the only one on planet Earth or move to a new planet to live with aliens? And notice I always get on subjects to do with ghosts and aliens. But I would go with a new planet to live with the aliens. Because I figure if you can live with the aliens at that point, they should be safe. And I would be curious about them. And I don't think people do well by themselves. I mean, that would be just too lonely. So how about you, Crystal?
I'd pick the same thing. I'd go live on another planet with some aliens instead of being the only person on Earth. I mean, if all the animals and birds and plants and, have not plants, they're not alive. Well, they're alive, but just in a different way. Like if all the animals are gone and I'm the only person, no. I'd rather go be with some aliens.
But aliens would be fascinating, though. They really would be.
As long as they're good ones.
Yeah, imagine if they were like bad, where you wouldn't want to live with them. Where they're dangerous. Rebecca says live with aliens. And Julie says she ordered Chinese tonight. Ooh, nice. And Heather says, are the aliens volatile? And am I aware I'm the only person left? I wouldn't last long. But with that question, I would like to think that the aliens would be good guys. Angela says, only on Earth. Kay says, live with aliens. Trisha says, depends on the aliens. I'm fascinated with aliens and ghosts, if y'all don't know that by now. Julie says, I live with my cat Korma. Cats are aliens. And Deanna says, you have a beautiful smile, Crystal.
Oh, thank you.
And she says, I come up with some good questions. And she chooses aliens. And like, have any of y'all ever been like to Area 51 or I think it's Area 15?
Nope.
I haven't either. My brother went recently to Area 15 and he got his alien driver's license. And Heather says, wait, are there zombies though? No, because I'd fight me some zombies. And Lorelai says, if the aliens were scary, I'd rather be by myself. I love this. Julie says, do the aliens have yarn? Maybe they have like all the yarn, like where we would get all the yarn we could ever imagine and dream of, like, really good stuff. Deanna says, great minds think alike, Julie. And Heather says there are just so many different scenarios to these questions, laughing out loud. And really, some of the ones with different scenarios are sometimes the best questions because certain questions you get more into a discussion on than other questions. And Heather says, Julie, good question. And Janet says, I'll move to Vulcan. And Nadine says, I cannot help but sing Stings. I'm an alien. So, Crystal, I'll let you ask the next question.
What is your favorite animal to see at the zoo? It's been a very, very, very long time since I've been to a zoo. I guess I would like to see the giraffes. They've always fascinated me with being so big and such long necks.
See, I like seeing the peacocks, and I've always wanted to catch it where they have like their feathers all flared out, but I haven't caught them with the feathers out anytime I've gone. Maybe one day. And I also like the sea turtles at zoos. I mean, really, I love like pretty much all the animals. And like one time we went to the zoo and we rode a train and we got to see the monkeys like hanging and swinging from the trees, which that was cool. Um, and I like peacocks too; those are beautiful. Um, and one time we saw an elephant show at a zoo. That was neat. Let's see. Lorelai says, "I wouldn't like it if the aliens put me in a zoo." They could do that. They might think we're like zoo animals. Heather says, "Oh, good point." Heather says the cats. Trisha says the elephant. And Heather says, and wolves. And let's see. Kate says giraffes and elephants. And Heather says lion, tiger, fox, and the other one looks like a cat, I think. I'm not sure what the emoji is. And Angela says peacocks. Lorelai says lions and tigers. Deanna says lions and tigers. Julie says penguins. I have not seen penguins. Ooh, penguins would be nice. And Trisha says to Lorelai, that reminds me of a Twilight Zone episode.
Yeah.
Julie wants to know in the zoo would the aliens give us yarn? I don't know. Aliens, would y'all give us some yarn? Nadine says wolves. Yeah. And maybe ghosts would give us yarn too, maybe. That would be nice.
As long as it's not ghost yarn.
I'm gonna go ahead and ask the last question, and then I'll wrap things up. Which I think you're gonna like this question, Crystal. How would you react, and what would you do if you won a Bag O Day giveaway?
That's what I would probably do.
I would be in shock. I mean, like her giveaways are like it would be a dream come true to win one of her giveaways. I mean, like she has the most generous giveaways, and she does them so often, and that's why I don't understand like those that like are mean to her and put her giveaways down. I don't get that. I mean, don't put down someone that's doing a good thing and being generous. But yeah,
what it is, they're probably mad that they didn't get their name picked on the comment picker, and so they're giving her a thumbs down on all of her videos, and that's still just not right.
It's not, and I mean, her giveaways. She usually has like a 8,000 to 9,000 entries. So I mean, you don't. The odds aren't very, high that you're going to win, but you never know, and you can't win unless you keep entering.
Exactly.
And someone has to win, but I mean, but yeah, like I don't get those that give her a hard time. I mean, that's messed up. And then did you see on one of her recent giveaways, the winner didn't claim their prize?
I saw that.
I I'd be kicking myself if I lost out. I'd be so mad at myself. But but yeah, I would be in shock. And like, I mean, like the day that box would come in the mail, I'd be like, oh my, oh my. Like, I feel like I won the jackpot. And y'all know I would film the unboxing. Y'all know, y'all would, but yeah, I mean, that would be awesome to win one of hers. And and also, I don't know if y'all saw, Gina from the Knitting Turnpike has a very generous giveaway going on where she's offering like 5 prizes for her 1,000 subscriber giveaway, and like all the prizes are worth over $100. So
Yeah.
go check her giveaway out. And if y'all don't know about her channel, go check out Knitting Turnpike. Gina's awesome. So yeah, so do you have anything else you want to add to your reaction?
No, but I think you should, before you go, you might want to start reading these comments. Some of them are pretty good. Let's
Yeah, I'm
get caught
about
up
to read them. And Heather says, I think a ghost would be creepy in the corner rocking chair knitting. That's funny. But can you imagine just seeing like, rocking and like knitting just like in the air? That would
That
be
would be
funny.
creepy.
Lorelai says, I remember that Twilight Zone episode. I could see myself in the zoo rocking in my rocking chair with walls of yarn around. That's how they'd control me. Lorelai says, ditto scream. And Deanna says, yes, exactly. I've been entering for 7 years. And there's people that have been watching her from the beginning that still hasn't won one of her giveaways. But Crystal from Bago Day, she's awesome. And if anyone don't know about her, y'all gotta check her channel out. I mean, she has awesome tutorials. And Deanna says jealousy. And really, I think that's a lot of what it is. Because I notice
Mhm.
that in general in giveaways that people tend to get thumbs down. And I don't know, maybe people hit the wrong thumb by accident or something. But I don't like seeing that whenever people give a giveaway
The
video a
way I
thumbs
see it, if
down.
you don't win, you just wait till the next one to come out, and don't be such a spoil sport. There is such thing as manners and good sportsmanship.
Exactly. And there's so many content creators that do giveaways that if you enter enough giveaways, you're gonna win. I mean, I've won
Yep.
several. Crystal has won several. I mean, you just got to enter them. And Trisha says I would be in shock as well. Yeah, I think I would be like, did I hear that right? Hold up, rewind. Rebecca says I would probably get my pants if I won one of her. I guess you, I guess you mean pee in your pants if I won one of her giveaways. Yeah. Kay says I'd probably faint. And Angela says I would go crazy. And Heather says people hate over the stupidest things. They really do.
Yep.
Julie says I don't need the yarn, but just the thought of winning, I enter and it's fun. And Heather says someone has to win and everyone else has to lose. What do they think their odds were? Exactly. And like, I mean, he's a very popular channel. I mean, you have about a 1 in 8,000 chance of winning. And even like on some of the other, like a hundred entries, that's 1 in 100, But not everyone can win. Oops, I scrolled too much. Janet says, I would be elated to win a Bago Day. Yeah. It'd be nice if she was watching. Crystal, are you here?
She lurks. You never know if she's in your live or not.
I think I would pass out from shock if she would pop up in one of my lives. And she popped up on one of David's lives.
That's cool.
And Lorelai says jealousy is the biggest culprit. They said she had crappy yarn. Well, if that's the case, that's what I crochet with. And the thing is, she offers some really nice yarn.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't get that. I mean, I've seen where she had pricey yarn in her giveaways. And I mean, everything I see she gives away is beautiful. I
Yeah.
mean, I would be happy with it. Deanna says Crystal and Eric are fun together. Yeah, I love when her husband pops up. They have good chemistry together. And I like seeing her cats and animals too. And she said, I loved her Christmas giveaways. It was fun sending gifts in. And I love that Christmas yarn she had. I think it was the Hobie yarn.
Mm-hmm.
That yarn was beautiful. Lorelai says, yes, Gina's giveaway is incredible. She is such a sweetheart. Yes, she is.
She
And
is.
and actually, the way that I got started talking to Gina, I won one of her early giveaways. And then me and her started talking, but yeah, I love me some Gina. Let's see. Janet says, I need to get going. Good night, ladies and all. God bless and stay safe. I hope you have a good night, Janet. Yeah, I'm about to be wrapping up as soon as I get done with the comments, and then I'll make a few announcements and then send y'all on your merry way. And let's see. And really, all the announcements I'm going to be making, I mentioned earlier in the live. I'm just going to announce them again. And Trisha says, Crystal from Bago Day is so talented. I just find her amazing. And she is talented. I wish I could design like her. Maybe one day. I mean, I'm just now starting to design, so hopefully, hopefully I'll learn, how to do more and more over time. And Lorelai says, but I don't watch her for the giveaways. I love her and the way her and Mr. Bond banner. Yeah, they're funny together.
They are.
Okay, Julie wants her link dropped. Give me just a second, Julie. Okay, hold up a minute. There it is.
I'm gonna read some comments while you're getting her link.
Okay.
Deanna says, isn't it awesome how she can pick up yarn and hook and make something so beautiful out of her head? It is. I mean, she don't even write her patterns down. She just records it on video and uploads the tutorial. And then Laura Lee says she won yours and it was very helpful.
Yeah, I remember when.
Deanna,
Oh, sorry. I remember when
no, it's okay.
Lorelai won mine. Okay, I got Julie's link now.
Okay.
Okay. Deanna says there's a lot of amazing creators on here. Giveaways are not. I'm in awe of such talent. And there are a lot of amazing content creators. That's where it's like I wish I could keep up with everyone's videos all the time, but there's just so many, you know, and it's like, and basically, I watch when I can. And Julie says, I watch the yarn reviews. I don't always agree with her review, but it gives me a chance to see new yarn, new companies, and explore my yarn collections. The unboxings are great. Yeah. And that's the thing with reviews. You won't always agree with other people's opinions, and
True.
everybody's different. But yeah, that has a lot of awesome videos. And Deanna says, I love unboxing. And Julie says, I love her tutorials. I have done a couple of the projects. It was a good feeling to get them done. My family bought a flash drive when she had them on sale for $65. Awesome present. And
Oh,
actually, the poncho, that my first poncho, I plan to go with one of Bag O Day's patterns. It's a hooded poncho, but yeah, she has awesome patterns. And Julie said, did you see the tug of war yarn video? I was laughing so hard. I don't think I saw that one.
I did.
I'm gonna have to try to see if I can figure out which one it's on. And Deanna says, yes, you, Connie, and Crystal have an obsession with Christmas yarn, laughing out loud. I love Christmas yarn. I really do. And like, like every time I would see that Hobie Christmas yarn in a giveaway, I was like, oh, I would love to win it. I would love to win it. But so far I haven't. but but yeah, Christmas yarn, especially sparkly Christmas yarn. I love sparkles.
Yeah.
And let's see. Heather says, I totally said goodnight to the wrong person. I think it's the thought that counts. Yeah, it is the thought that counts. And it's, it gets confusing keeping track of each person. Because, like, there's times that, like, I'll start getting things confused myself. And, like, sometimes, like whenever it's not an actual name, like, I have to stop and think, okay, what's their name? What's their name? And Angela says she is very good, loving person. She has a giveaway now. Yeah, I think I entered her last giveaway. And Rebecca says, good night to all. This was so fun. So glad I could make it tonight. I hope you have a good night, Rebecca. Bye. And Brenda Young is here. Hi, Brenda. How are you
Hi, Brenda.
tonight? And what are you currently working on? And Lorelai says, but Crystal is such a good teacher. You'll learn design. Yeah, like I say, Crystal is awesome with her tutorials. Deanna says that's awesome to have her flash drive. Yeah, and that's a lot of patterns that she has on that flash drive. And let's see. Okay, and here's Julie's link. Julie Shafe Maza. I'm probably saying her name wrong. Sorry, but there's her link. So y'all go check out her channel and show her your support. And Heather says she's already subscribed to Julie. And Julie says, I'm still excited about the flash drive. It's awesome. I hear the echo. Let's see. Julie says, I get overwhelmed by the skill and talent of so many designers on the streets of YouTube. I just want to do all the projects, but lack the time. Yeah, there's so many projects I want to do, but I mean, it's just finding time, and I'm sure there's projects I'm never going to get to in my lifespan that I want to make. And Nadine says, poor Crystal said that she loses subs when she does giveaways. I don't understand people being upset about her giving away yarn. And I don't understand that either. Because I mean, you gotta look at the whole picture. Like I said, you have like a one with about 8,000 chance. But you can never win if you don't enter. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I like the suspense of seeing, just seeing when my name get drawn. And she offers so much else besides giveaways.
Yeah.
But but to me, that's just people being sore losers. I mean, and Lorelai says I order online, so her unboxings are really really helpful. Gives me a chance to see the yarn, and she's always getting new yarns. I mean, you want to know about your yarns? She's a channel to really watch for that. I mean, there's other people that do the yarn reviews too, but I mean, Crystal does a lot with it. And Heather says, I can't design something to save my life. I can improvise off of an existing pattern though. And you may actually be able to do more than what you think you can do. Because I mean, for the longest time I would kind of get ideas from combining things and I mean I'm just now getting started trying to put stuff together on my own. And I have an idea for a Fourth of July scarf that I'm fixing to do. We still have a lot of comments left. Deanna says, Connie is a great teacher as well, very thorough and clear. I'm going to be knitting thanks to Connie. Oh, I'm glad I've been able to help. But yeah, for those that don't know, I do have tutorials on my channel. I have a crochet tutorial playlist and a knitting playlist for tutorials. And like my tutorials are more learning how. And over time I add more tutorials. So there will be more tutorials in the future. And hopefully next week I can start working on how to knit a basic beanie. I don't think I'm going to get to it this week, starting it, but I'm going to really try to get to it next week to start it. Lorelai says, I'm retired and crochet all day and still can't make all the things I want to. And Lorelai says, I'm refreshing my knitting by watching Connie's tutorials. I'm glad my tutorials are helping you, Lorelai. And Heather says, like mine, but you remember my name just fine, haha. And I do remember your name. But like, whenever I get to your comment, I'm like, okay, what's her name? So it kind of takes me a second to click. And Deanna says, I hear that I'll think about trying it. Then after a few minutes, I start laughing. Who am I kidding? Laughing out loud. And Nadine says, night. Bye, Nadine. I hope you have a good night. Brenda says she's doing well, just finishing a baby outfit finally. Oh, that sounds sweet. Julie says Tug of War with Bago Day aired April 29th. Let me write that down. It may help you find it if you have the date. All right, awesome. I'm going to try to find it. And Heather says, I've been crocheting for a while, but I still just don't know enough about the mechanics behind pattern making. And let's see. Deanna just subscribed to Julie. And Julie says, that was my plan B. I could spend a lifetime crocheting and not getting them all done. And Heather says, I don't think people get upset, or maybe some of them do, but I think people sub for the giveaway, unsub when they don't win because they aren't sub for the content, and then they'll be back for the next. And some people do that. There's one person that I've caught doing that on my channel, where I've noticed that they unsub and resub when there's another giveaway that comes along. And the funny thing is, Chris, and it's the same person that we've experienced it with.
A different one.
Oh, you have a different one too?
Yep. That's the second time or third time they've subscribed to me.
And the funny thing is, when people subscribe, we typically get a notification. So you notice that, and then like if I'm like, when they subscribed to my channel before, I go back and I'll pull up their comment history. And then I see, sure enough, they commented on a past giveaway. And usually that's the only thing they've commented on. Or they may comment on another video because it was required in a previous giveaway. And it's like, and that's where I know. And yeah, I do know sometimes YouTube will act wonky and unsubscribe someone from a channel that they didn't actually unsub from. But this person's done it twice. That I know they've been unsubbed from my channel. And it's like, and if we notice, like, I know if I notice it, to me, you're not a subscriber. And you're not going to win. Because you're supposed to be a subscriber. I mean, every channel is different, but that's how I feel on it. And Nadine says, for the echo, turn off one of your mics. It can help with that. There is sometimes one on the monitor and one somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe it can help. I'm going to have to see.
Well, I'm on a laptop, and you actually have to plug a microphone in on mine. So
I'm on a
desktop. It might be on yours.
And what's funny is that I know, like, before I got my webcam with the microphone, it always showed like I didn't have a microphone. So
it could also be my speaker.
But I'm going to have to try to play and see if maybe there is a second one that I don't know about. And Deanna says, I have bought so many patterns and saved most free ones. I'll never get through them all. Yeah. It's impossible to make everything you want to make. And Julie says, the closest I got was the random comment picker. She pushed the button and I was watching the names go by on the picker and see mine. That was exciting. I did not win, but I see my name fly through. Yeah, I always like when you see your name, because then that way you know that, like, you were definitely put in the giveaway. And Trisha says, nice seeing everyone. Time to go. Bye, Trisha. I hope you have a good night. And I am fixing to wrap things up. I should be close to the end of the comments. And then I'll make a few quick announcements, and that should be it. At least I think I'm close to the end. Nadine says, I'm sorry, I was saying goodnight to one of your subs that was learning the chat. Sorry, I did not go anywhere. That's all good, Nadine. Lorelai says, I always wonder if they sign up to win and if they sell it on eBay. And some
They
people
may.
could sell it elsewhere. And another thing, like I notice, especially when I do gift cards, I get people that aren't Yorny people entering the giveaways. Like I'll get like gamer screen, like gamer names and stuff. And like if you look at their subscriptions, you're like the only one that they're subscribed to that's Yorn content. And
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, I have a few friends that are subscribed to me that I'm probably the only Yorn channel they watch. But like if other than that, if I don't know you, I don't I find it odd that of all the yarn channels out there, that I'm the only one that they would be subscribed to, which makes me think that they're just in it for the gift card.
Yeah.
And Heather says also that I've experienced YouTube will randomly unsub me from some channels. I hate that so much. And that's what I was mentioning earlier. Sometimes that does happen. And I know, but if you notice it more than once, then I think they're really unsubscribing from that channel.
Hmm.
But I know one time YouTube unsubscribed me from Kendall Ray, my true crime one that I like to watch, and I never unsubscribed. And all of a sudden I noticed, and I'm like, what? And I just resubscribed. And Heather says, if someone like me has their subject to private, you won't get a notification of their sub. Yeah, that's true too. But in the same aspect, like on my giveaways, and a lot of YouTube, content creators are like this, where you do have to have your subscriptions public to win. And even though they may not specifically say that, but a lot of times when they say you must be subscribed, that tends to be what they mean. And usually, I mean, there are some that don't check, but a lot of times it's more new channels that don't always check. Deanna says, does anyone watch Jeannie on the hook crochet? She does patterns but never sizes them. She doesn't do tutorials but does explain how to make different sizes. She has a giveaway on almost every video. And
Hmm.
I don't think I'm subscribed to her, but I do remember hearing something about her mentioned today, which I'm trying to may have been she may have won a giveaway or something, or I don't know. But I heard her name today. And Heather says I need to set my subscriptions to public. And especially if you enter giveaways, you really want them to be public because you could actually because if you don't have your subscriptions public, you could actually lose out on winning the giveaway and never know it.
Yep.
Because I know like whenever I do my winner video, if someone's not subscribed to me, I just keep going until I get someone that is. And I don't show it if somebody isn't. If you're not eligible to win, I don't show that because I don't want to put anyone on the spot or nothing. But I'll go until I find someone eligible to win. And I think other people do that too. And Julie says, some people just scour YouTube for the giveaways and nothing else. And but in the same aspect too, a lot of us like giveaways. So I mean, we all tend to enter giveaways too. So and Heather says, truth, I haven't done any giveaways here, but I did a few on my gaming channel. I got a huge amount of subs, and then after the giveaway, lost them all. Yeah, that is one thing. A lot of times after a giveaway, you do lose a few subscribers. And Angela says, can you block them? You can block people, but like the only time that I blocked was whenever like I knew something was definitely wrong. Like my first giveaway, I don't know if it was spammers or exactly what it was, but I noticed like they had like no information on their account. And this was before I made it mandatory to have subscriptions public, and they didn't have theirs public. And they all seem to have made the account the same exact day. And like those I did block. But you also have to be careful blocking because sometimes someone could be a true subscriber and watch your videos and you jump to the wrong conclusion. So you do have to be careful with that. Heather says everyone stop chatting so I can get to the end. I'm almost there, at least I think. Angie's here. Hi, Angie. How are you tonight? We're just about to wrap things up, but I'm so glad that you're here. And I will be making some announcements that you might want to tune into. And Deanna says, I really enjoy these talks with you ladies. It's so fun getting to know you all. I'm going to have to set reminders for yours, Crystal. I've got this whole week off so I can catch up with all of them. Yeah. And y'all go check out Crystal's live. Tell everyone about your live schedule, Crystal.
I go live Tuesdays at 12 noon Central Standard Time, which is 10 a.m. on the California coast. And my grandmother's showing me an ice cream while I'm doing that. Sorry. And 1 p.m. on the Florida coast. And on May 21st, I'll be going live for my first Friday night live chat at 6:30 p.m. So that'll be 4:30 California coast and 7:30 Florida coast.
So yeah, y'all go check her lives out. And we alternate. Like 1 week Crystal's live on my channel, and 1 week I'm live on her channel. So you'll see a lot of of us together. And Deanna says she is very sweet, which I think she's referring to you, Crystal.
Oh, thank you.
And Lorelai says, I've watched On the Hook for years and years and haven't won anything, but love the way she designs. Yeah, there's a lot of good designers. And Heather says she'd love to do a live stream with me. Yeah, send me an email after we get done. My email is just another stitch 2020 at gmail.com. And we'll talk about getting everything ready for you to do this. And I'd really like to be able to have you come on live with me next week if that's possible. You can either do either you can do the Monday, Wednesday, or Saturday time slot, whichever works best for you. But yeah, get with me. My email is just another stitch 2020 at gmail.com. I'm jotting that down so I remember. And she says, also, your giveaway is the only one I've entered. I'm here for the content. Yeah, and that's one thing that I was gonna say in the announcements. But tonight's last day to enter my Cruise giveaway. And even if you haven't participated in the other week's videos, you can participate in the current week's video. So get y'all guesses in, and tomorrow sometime y'all find out if we have a winner or not, or if the game continues. And Lorelai says, I have a hard time keeping up with all the new channels. I can't even get to everyone in a month. Yeah, I have the same trouble. And I mean, all you can really do is just, typically you find your favorites and you tend to watch those the most. And you just kind of
Hmm.
pop in here and there on others' channels when you can. But I mean, I know I'm subscribed to way too many channels.
I think I'm subscribed to like 387 or something like that. And most of it came from Christmas and July fairies of last year.
And it's like, and there's no way to watch that many channels, all the
No,
time. And
but
it's
I
like, and you
tried.
like trying to support everybody, especially new coming channels. But I mean, there's just no way to watch everyone's videos. And then, like, sometimes too, I may watch a video, but I may not always comment on it depending on what device I'm watching from too. Let's see. Julie says, I like the sneaky giveaways. Drop a hint about coming back to a video at the end of a video. The number of entries is smaller, but you are more likely to draw a regular sub. And that is true. Yeah. And Heather says, that's a good idea. Okay, I made it to the end of the comments. Yay! So I'm going to go over the announcements one more time. Um, okay, I told y'all about the clue giveaway just now. And also, once that wraps up, I will be doing a live bingo. So, and I also have a video asking which one of my live time slots works best. So make sure to watch that video and get your votes in. At the moment, Wednesday is leading, Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm probably actually going to start the live 30 minutes early because I'm probably, I've been going back and forth if I would allow signups on the day of the live, but I think I will. I am going to go ahead and allow it. So I'll go live about 30 minutes early for that reason. But but yeah, it looks like Wednesdays at 7 is going to be the day, unless I get a lot more votes to change things. But anyway, get ready for bingo. And my Facebook group. You said something, Crystal?
No, I laughed.
Okay. Okay. And also,
It's unrelated.
I have a Facebook group. So I would love to invite y'all to join my group. It's called Just Another Stitch, and Nightbot has been dropping the link a lot tonight. And you can talk about knitting, crochet related stuff, yarn, post pictures of your pets. If you have a channel, you can post, stuff to do with your channel. I'm really laid back. There's not that many rules. Just basically get along with everybody. Don't you know don't post anything that can create issues. Certain subjects is best to avoid. And but that's basically it. Like I said, I'm laid back. Also, um, I like I'd like for people to submit pictures of their finished projects, stocks, or their pets, where I can include those on upcoming videos. And y'all can either email them to me or post them in my Facebook group. And okay. And I mentioned about going, me and Crystal's lives and all that. And also, oops, someone has a drop seat. It's probably Sophie knocking over the remote control. But anyway, um, I'm looking for content creators to go live with me. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know. And I know Heather's interested. And let's see. Oh, yeah. And if y'all know of any channels that you want to see shout out, or if you want a shout out on my shout out Thursday videos, let me know. And oh yeah, I'm sorry, I'm looking at my list. Also, I am looking for two more moderators for my channel, for my live videos. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know. And that's everything. So we are finally done. Is there anything you want to add real quick, Crystal?
I, I'm too tired to think right now.
I'm sorry
um,
we went. I'm sorry we went later than usual tonight.
oh no. It's all good. I had a good time, and I'm glad everybody was here talking and participating. Um, I got a little bit of a headache. That's all. But
Yeah.
Deanna also said that she's subscribed to a lot also, and the Heather said, okay, her settings are public, should be public now, and she sent you an email.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
so, yeah, I had a good time tonight. It was awesome.
Yeah. Usually I try to stick things to between an hour and a half. Most of the time I go about an hour and a half. But
Yeah,
we kept having a good time tonight.
yeah.
But yeah, I hope everyone had a good time. And if you're watching on replay, I hope you enjoy the video. And I hope everyone has a fabulous Yorny night and a fabulous Yorny tomorrow. Be the light and bye.